what's interesting, and this might prompt you a little bit, but when you were 16 and you decided, like, what do I have to lose? I'm going to be myself. You know, this is who I am. It's not like in that moment you were able to 100% overcome all the adversity and, you know, all this stuff that you say you've worked a long time on, and it took you a long time to work on it. It was the moment that you decided that you were going to just be yourself. That's when the work started for you.
Right.
That's when you really started to put in the work to be true to that, right?
Yeah, I mean, that you reminded me. You sparked me. What I was going to say was when I was 25, maybe, I remember a friend of mine saying, you let people get too close to you. And I actually was offended because I was just like, what do you mean? I'm like, I love people. I love having fun. I like having a lot of, you know, interactions. And then when I got older, I realized what he said, because not everybody has your best in your best interest at heart, right? And so then I realized, you know what, you have to create a positive force field around you. And you can be kind to people and you can do good for people, but you don't have to let them in your space if they're not giving you what it is that you need. And that is okay.
Yeah.
It is 100% okay. Like, your personal space is yours for a reason. I tell people, you are the nucleus of your existence. You know, if our sun were to die right now, 8 minutes later, when the light stopped shining, we would immediately go into cold, right? Yeah. So if you are your own sun, so you have to be able to protect yourself so that you can continue to give warmth and light to the world.
I love that. Right now you're an ongoing sensation. You're deep into your fame and fortune, which is amazing, and you deserve every ounce of it.
Thank you.
When you started when you first were discovered, I would say it was around, when I first kind of learned about you, it was around like 2009. You came out with P90X.
Insanity.
I'm sorry, not P90X. Why did I? P90X.
People always confuse the two because they were both.
I don't confuse the two. That's the thing. Insanity. I don't know why I said P90X. So you came out with Insanity, and it was, you have been my all-time idol since.
Aww.
You, Insanity. Not P90X. So
Tony's awesome, though.
He is awesome.
The P90, I will say this. I love giving props to Tony because P90X was a phenomenon just as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Shout out to Tony. But yes, you can say you love me.
Thank you for correcting me, because I don't want you to have to take the heat for what I just said.
Oh, no, it's fine. I don't mind.
Well, P90X was amazing, but when Insanity came out, that was my jam. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to be like you. I loved your energy. The message that you had in the infomercial was like the first time I saw somebody who gave a message that I could really relate to. It was like every other message was all about like, you don't have to work hard. You just take my course and you're going to get results without ever having to. And you were the first person that was like, look, this program is not for you. If you're lazy, if you don't want to work hard. And I was like, yes, that's my guy.
Yo, you are the first person. You're the first person that literally told me that in an interview. And I will tell you this. I remember being on set in the infomercial, and I was so over these infomercials that were like, it's so easy. You just got to drink this for 3 days and you can have like, the Miami South Beach diet or whatever. And I just remember when the CEO, he actually asked me the question. He was like, can you like tell people that, that they can do it? I was like, it's not for a person who's lazy. It's not for a person who finds excuses. It's only for the person who's ready to take their body to peak physical condition.
Boom.
There's no way
Sold.
I'm trying to get you to buy this to think that is going to be easy. I want you to know that it is extremely hard so that I am trustworthy.
Yep.
Because I have the podcast and I have the tattoos on my arm. If I tell you to trust and believe, but you don't trust and believe in me and my honesty, then this whole thing is pointless.
Right.
I'm like, no, it's hard. Yeah. I want you to do the fit test and literally almost throw up, because if you can get through this, and I didn't create Insanity for you to do it forever. I created Insanity for you to say, hey, if I can finish this, then I can commit to my fitness. I can conquer the world. I can go out there and believe who I am outside of this workout, because I created that workout partly because I said to myself, like, the psychology of self, if you are doing a workout, and yeah, Shaun T is there being like, you know, you're right there, like I'm motivating you to push through, but who is really in control? You, the user.
Yeah.
So if for 40 minutes a day, you're constantly being like, yo, I can do this, even subconsciously, do you know how much of an impact that makes on your life? That's why I refuse to lie and be like, anybody can do this. No.
But when you came out with that, it's like all of a sudden everybody wanted a piece of you. Everyone wanted Shaun T. And that's probably the first time that you really experienced having to, you know, draw barriers, boundaries, and protect yourself and protect your energy, right? So tell me about that, because that's a interesting situation that not many people are ever going to encounter.
Well, there's the levels and layers to that. So if you were a insanity grad or a user of my workouts.
Insanity grad, I like that.
We used to give out a shirt that said I earned it with sweat if you finished the 60 days.
I love that.
But if you came up to me and you're like, I love insanity, I'm like, yes. Like I didn't necessarily need to create space for that, because I'm just like, it was like a badge of honor if you walked around and you're like, even if you finished one workout, you're like, yeah, like we're in this club, you know what I'm saying? Like we get it. It's not those people. It's the people that want to use your energy without really having it's very transactional and not depth. It has no depth, you know? So it would be people who didn't necessarily respect what I did or who I am.
Clout chasers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let me use you to get here. But it was never like, I hate calling people my fans, my fit fam. It was never the fans, you know? It's always the people who are like, how can I use you as a step? Yeah. And literally to step on.
They don't know you or know anything about you. They just see, oh, he's really famous. Or like they have like a list of people that who's famous, who's hot right now, right?
Yeah, they didn't complete the workout. Yeah. Because the person who completed the 60 days, they have the investment, like they get it. Like I'll be walking through an airport talking to my husband, Scott, and someone will turn around and be like, I knew that was you.